hard it's been for me to keep a secret from you guys that I got a signed Peachy slime from their sand slime series. I commented my order number so that I could get a signed slime. Although it didn't go how I turned out. But I got Peachy and we're gonna review it. Again, I'm sorry. This is actually the last time I'm ordering from Peachy and I have a reason why. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I bought Peachy again. But they've proved to me that I don't need to buy from them again, and I kind of advise you guys not to. I think that they're kind of greedy and selfish, and I don't think they actually care for their customers as much as they say they care. I'm gonna turn a slime into just sand, and it's been going on for a while now. That they actually put a sand slime in their shop that was like extra sandy, and they said the first 10 people to put their order number in the comments would get their slime signed. Although they never specified TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and all the other platforms. They didn't specify any social media platform. So I thought it was just YouTube. I was the second person to comment my order number, and I commented it in the right places where I was supposed to, in several different places. And again, second person, so I was in the top 10, and when the results came in, I didn't get my signed slime because they were taking it off Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I didn't specify that, and it's not fair, especially because I bought that thinking that's what I was getting, which is false advertising. They were also every single time I buy from them and I have an issue, they're very stingy. They won't give you refunds. They'll give you a 5% discount, which is like 20 cents off a slime. It's frustrating, and I don't want to hate on them anymore because I understand they're growing so much. Our last Peachy order for a while at least. Ooh. Okay. I ordered 3 slimes. I've got a thank you card with our blue activator pen now. We have Magic Sand. Oh. Magic Sand. This thing's like, this thing is just like, actually like just sand. Okay, interesting. I mean, I guess this is sand. We got Stingray Touch. Holy moly. We got Stingray Touch Tank. This one looks quite underfilled. Look at that. My second time. Straw Beauty Refresher. Oh my gosh. It is a lot pinker this time around. Not sure how I feel about the pink. I mean, it's a cute color, but it's just not, it's a little bit too pink, I feel like. I begged them to put this back in the shop, and they finally did. And every single week, it sold out too quick for me to get my hands on it. And it was actually me who got it back in the shop, so I'm very happy. Which, by the way, like, I feel like I should get a little bit of credits for that because, like, now they're making a lot of money and selling out. Now for us to get into our slimes. We'll start off with Magic Sand. As you can see, this should have been signed, and I was expecting a signed slime. I've emailed them, and I'm waiting for them to get back, but for the past 6 months, they've been saying their inbox is slimy, which means very full, fluffy, and gritty texture. As smells like bananas and as seen on social. It has an extended label like the ones you get off Amazon, which makes me wonder if you can get this off Amazon. I do the same editing style as last time, so let me know what you think of it.
Putting that aside, this slime was actually pretty awesome, but I did have to add about 4 ounces of clear slime total into it because when I first felt it, it just felt like kinetic sand and couldn't make pops, and sand just kind of fell out everywhere. It was scented like bananas, and honestly probably one of the best banana scents. I'm not a huge fan of banana scents, and I don't know many people who are, but this was actually not bad at all, though I could use better scents. Here I had to add some Elmer's clear slime because it was the only clear slime I had laying around, and it's very, very thick and very kind of overactivated, so I was afraid that it was going to harden up my slime, and it was such a huge risky move, especially since I just gotten the slime. But I remember them saying in their videos and seeing in the videos that the sand really deactivates slime, and after a little bit of kneading, I was worried it wasn't going to do it, but it did eventually loosen up and to the perfect texture, so it was starting to make some good pops when inflating. Of course, about a week later, the slime got soaked up by the sand, and I did have to add about 3 more ounces of clear slime, but it's doing fine, and I absolutely loved how inflating this got. It did say the texture was fluffy and gritty, and yes, if you spend time activating it with a little extra slime in there, it really does get fluffy, and the gritty texture is nice. There was sand fallout everywhere, although most sand slimes do, as it is sand. there weren't any charms or sprinkle mixes to go with it. It was kind of just a plain sand slime, but I'm a firm believer in that you should get what you pay for. So if I'm going to be paying this much for a slime, it should come without needing tweaking, like having to add extra slime and stuff. But if this was like a cheap slime, I would completely understand.
I actually didn't hate that as much as I thought I would. It just needed a little bit of clear slime. Let's move on to Strawberry Refresher. It looks like they must have changed formula a bit, or at least just the color, because this is a very bright color. Flashback to what it looked like last time.
Wow, this is thicker than I thought it was going to be, and it's shiny. I like that it's shiny. It feels just like my thick and glossy slimes. Like I can't.
Yeah, very much cuter color. I still have my old Strawberry Refresher. It's like this much left though. There's like not much at all.
So Peachy Babies does not use measurements or recipes for their slimes like other slime shops do, like Kawaii slimes or Snoop slimes. So this definitely had a brighter color. I do think that was on purpose though, because they probably would have remade the batch. And it was also a little bit thicker than I remember it being, but not in a bad way. Again, still nostalgic, still the same smell, and it brought back so many memories, and I loved it so much. Same charms, and also I solved this mystery I had last time about these mutant strawberry sprinkle mixes, because they had a small sprinkle mix with strawberries, which I had, and then they had larger, and I guess they added the larger ones again, so they must have a larger version of that sprinkle mix too. I assembled it and it came out looking beautiful, even though assembling isn't my jam. I've definitely gotten better about it. I did end up having to activate it a little bit, as it did get a little bit sticky in shipping, but these pops and these pokes were just so good and crispy. I do remember me thinking that this was a thick and glossy slime the first time I got it, but it's actually a clear slime with a little bit of thick and glossy mixed into it, which is actually originally called a milky slime. You can tell because of the stretch, it's crystal clear. This slime is just like my baby axolotl. I loved it so much. It was my favorite Peachy Babies slime from my first Peachy Babies package, which was 6 slimes. I had gotten a ton, and you should check out that video to know it's a little bit low quality, milky. Anyways, while the formula's definitely been changed, it's not a bad slime at all, and it brought back all the right memories and hit all the right spots, especially the scent, which is my favorite part of this slime. So I highly recommend getting this one. And I don't know if I told you guys this, but again, I was the person who brought this back in the shop because I sensed my old one just not being as new, and I wanted another one. So thank you, Peachy Babies.
There's that nostalgic smell and one of my first ever Peachy Baby slimes, and while they changed it a lot, it's still amazing, and I think I preferred my first one. But you guys let me know in the comments down below if you guys Strawberry Refresher from my original video or my newest Peachy Babies video. Our last slime of the day, which is Stingray Touch Tank. A fan just wanted, like a year ago really wanted this, and they asked for it, and they finally got it in the shop. Sold out, and I think they recently just put it back in the shop. It's a jelly, which I haven't found. It's a jelly slime, which I haven't felt the jellies yet, but jelly's my favorite texture ever. And an icy on the bottom. So it's going to be similar to our float slime, Cotton Candy Clouds, but just a little bit different. Probably a little bit more snow because there's more icy and there's a little bit of instant snow in jelly slimes.
At first, the sign and just the sound of a jelly, which is my favorite texture, and an icy, which is an amazing Peachy Babies texture, together just sounded amazing, like their float slime, which I just thought was going to be amazing, but their jelly slimes are rippy and thick. definitely not my favorite. It left wet snow residue all over my hands. So if you want to try out a jelly slime, I wouldn't try it out from Peachy Babies, but I think Hawaii Slime Company is the best place because that's where I've had the best jelly slimes from. It came with a super generous amount of sprinkles and 2 little Stingray charms, which I'm going to be naming Nina and Bob because they're cute. I would like to come and just say that this came super underfilled and very sloppily packed. They didn't really care. And the icy was definitely wet. And less drizzly. I would definitely think it's from the jelly slime, just the wet residue. Altogether, I knew this would mix into a thicker type of cotton candy clouds, and I actually really did like the texture, but at first I was disappointed. It's very chewy and high resistance, which basically just means that it is very much a thicker, slower stretch slime, but it makes thick pops and pretty decent sizzles. It's inflated so much, so I can understand why they underfilled the container, but it was just disappointing how underfilled it was. It smelled like shampoo, but in a really good way, and I really did enjoy the smell of the slime. It got so inflated and pretty, and I love how you can still see the sprinkles. Again, I was just disappointed how thick it was, although I did expect that from thinking of cotton candy clouds and how that was just a fluffy icy, and the clear slime is just a little bit of icy. Well, this is a lot more snow than anticipated, probably just because jelly slimes have a lot more snow than I thought they would have. Really good. It definitely did leave a lot of snow residue on my hands, though. I can see the fan really enjoying the slime and just being so in love with the slime getting it, although I felt like this slime could be doing better. I do really like the texture, though. I was able to fill up 2 containers after playing with it for about 20 minutes. Additionally, this is commonly called a dry jelly slime, which just means that it is a lot more instant snow, definitely thicker, and can be a little bit rippier, but it can make thicker pops instead of crispier pops and get a little bit more inflated. So not my preferable type of jelly texture, but I did enjoy it overall. This is also a very easy jelly type of texture to play with, so if you aren't quite used to slime yet, I definitely recommend it.
That was a great experience, and honestly, I can't say which one was my favorite out of this one because they were all unique in their own way. This was the last time I'll be buying Peachy Babies for a while. I hope you enjoyed this little last time thing. Comment down below what slime shops you want me to try next. By the way, shout out to this person. They are going to be starting up a slime shop and sending some to me, so that will be a review. Who knows when. Yeah, have a great day. Bye.